Hello and welcome to another episode of the Indian LCHF podcast. It is a pleasure and a joy to be with you. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. I'm your host Nachi Lazarus.
And I'm Tina.
And today we are continuing our discussion on the initial side effects of following the LCHF lifestyle. So we started this topic last week and we discussed some very interesting things, including constipation. So if you have not listened to that, then I highly recommend you do that. You don't want to miss such an exciting topic. But of course, jokes apart, we really did talk about some important mindsets and very, very interesting things. So listen to that if you haven't done so. Maybe after finishing this, you can go back and listen to it. Of course, you will get a lot of information from this as well. So Tina, let's get started.
Yeah. So the three initial side effects that we saw were constipation, cramps, and induction flu. And let me reinforce that these side effects are preliminary. They are initial. They come at the initial stages of the LCHF diet when you start following them. They do not last for more than a few days. Now let's continue into the side effects. The next one could be palpitation. Now, not many people I know have had this, but a few people have said that they do have heart palpitations. This could be because of a low salt content, especially magnesium. So, like I said in the previous episode, you could take slow releasing magnesium tablets a couple of times a day and then continue them for a few days. Or if you want to consult a physician, please do so about the dosage of your magnesium tablets. Another natural way to increase magnesium intake would be to have bone broth with a little pink salt, because both bone broth and pink salt have magnesium content. You could have some lime with pink salt, or just lime with salt. Somebody I knew said as soon as I have some lime with salt, the palpitation goes away. So that is one of the solutions for heart palpitations.
And as we always say, this is not medical advice, and if anybody has a heart condition or you know that you do have, we totally recommend that you take your the consultation of your medical doctor that you're consulting with, or medical advice. We are normal people who have followed this, and based on our experience and whatever we've learned over the years, and Tina having done so much of research, we are sharing this with you. So do not take this for medical advice. I just want to reiterate that, especially when we're talking about heart palpitations and things like that.
My suggestion would be to consult with a physician or a medical expert who is on board with the LCHF lifestyle, the ketogenic lifestyle, as a way of reducing or totally stopping chronic medication and to reverse conditions of associated with inflammation, such as diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. So please consult with an LCHF informed doctor before if you have any conditions like this, or if you're on medication.
Yeah, we are also in the process of creating a directory. We do have a directory at this point, but we are continuing to add doctors who we know are pro LCHF lifestyle, who understand it. Basically, it's not your pro or against. It's more like you understand this new science, or this something that is going on around the world. So I just want to also ask you at this time if you know of any doctor who is very LCHF knowledge person with a lot of knowledge, and who is allowing this, or who
recommends it
who
to
recommends
get you off chronic medication.
Let us know. We would like to add them to our directory so that other people can also use. So go have a look at our directory in our Indian LCHF site, and if you don't find your doctor's name, right now we're still building it. So you go have a look, and if you don't find their name in there, then you let us know, and we'd be happy
to add recommendations for LCHF informed.
We need more of them, especially in India.
Medical professionals, so that's one thing. And if you're on medication for diabetes, or more so, or if you're on medication for hypertension, LCHF will reduce your blood pressure naturally, and you're also on medication to reduce blood pressure. So this lowering of blood pressure and also blood sugar, if that's the case, would also result in heart palpitations. Therefore, if you're on medication, then it's better to consult with your expert so that they will gradually decrease your intake of medication to go with the LCHF lifestyle, so that at one point you can be completely off medication. So that could also be the reason for palpitations. Another possible side effect is bad breath, also known as keto breath. Now there are several reasons for this. One is that there is a release of ketones from the body, which produces a certain kind of a smell, like a fruity smell or an acetone kind of a smell. So that is one reason. The other reason is dehydration, which is also a reason for many other problems, as we saw earlier. Dehydration means there is lesser fluid in your body and your mouth is dry. When the mouth is dry, there is nothing that can wash away the bacteria that's in your mouth. So that causes also a bad breath. So one is you increase your water intake, and another reason is you're probably eating fewer number of times during the day on an LCHF diet. When you're eating more often, more saliva is secreted as you're eating, and that washes away the bacteria. But when you're eating fewer number of times, then the bacteria is not washed away. So that's also a reason. So drink water so that your mouth is not dry and that you're not dehydrated. That is one solution.
Yeah, very important tips, especially if you're a young person. Your breath is very important for the future. So if you're, just pay attention. Some of us don't care, like, we when you move forward in age, you're like not bothered. Especially, when you're working online and work at home and things like that. So we're not very much worried, but definitely for young people, it's a thing. But
but even otherwise, you move around in public and you don't want people going away from you because you're having bad breath. I've noticed that sometimes I have bad breath and I'm like, oh my god, my mouth must be stinking.
Somebody is just
moving
just
away.
saying, tell me, Tina.
I'm like, oh my god, my mouth must be. Then I immediately pop something in my mouth, or I drink some water. Sometimes you don't have availability to water and you're sitting in amongst the other people and you're like, your mouth is dry and you don't know what to do. You could another solution for this is have mouth fresheners, sugar-free mouth fresheners in your pocket or in your bag.
Sugar-free, not.
In your bag, so that you can immediately pop in a mouth freshener. Not only does it freshen your breath, it secretes saliva. See, the key here is secretion of saliva, which washes off the bacteria in your mouth. So you could have mouth fresheners. Another practical tip that I have is I have a box of mouth fresheners which I fill in with cloves, also known as lavang, I think in Hindi, lavangam. So have 10 or 15 cloves in a small box in your handbag or in your
like
pocket or in your box, and you could just pop them in your mouth. Warning, do not chew on them as soon as you pop them in your mouth. The spiciness will burst in your mouth and you'll start crying and you'll cough and you'll want to leave the room, and do not bite on them as soon as you put them in your mouth. Just pop a couple of cloves in your mouth and let them soak in the saliva. As soon as you pop them in your mouth, the saliva will start secreting. Let them soak in the saliva. After they are completely soaked for maybe 5 minutes or so, then, and they are soft, then you could bite on them, or you need not bite on them, you could swallow them. But this is a natural and extremely effective tip to get rid of bad breath, which is one of the side effects of keto. Now, this side effect is not just initial, it could continue into your keto journey because your body is in ketosis. Your body could be in ketosis and could release ketones, and therefore you may have bad breath. Dehydration is also the reason. So the solution is either dehydration rehydration, drinking water or having mouth freshener. Yeah. Any doubts on that, Naji?
No, just drink a lot of water. You don't want bad breath.
Yeah. Another possible initial side effect could be hair loss. Now, hair loss typically happens when there is a sudden stress, like an accident or psychological stress or a diet change. In this case, the diet change could be causing hair loss for some people. Now, experts say that this does get over in a couple of weeks or so. You do get over initial hair loss and your hair will stop falling. And some experts say that you would probably have a renewed hair growth as well. I've always had scanty hair. I didn't have just hair loss at the beginning of the keto style. I've always had scanty hair. And recently, somebody who met me after a couple of years, or maybe 3 or 4 years, said that my hair was not scanty as it used to be anymore, that it's much denser. So this initial side effect will just go. I don't know if there is any solution for this. Just hang on and it might go. Another possible side effect initially could be elevated levels of cholesterol. Now, if you read the blog in our website called Your Cholesterol Test, what does it really mean? You will understand that total cholesterol number doesn't matter. So don't be afraid of elevated total cholesterol numbers. The numbers that really matter are triglyceride, HDL, and the size of the LDL. You read the blog, you will know what really matters. And even as I've mentioned in the blog, please do understand that at the beginning of an LCHF lifestyle, not just in the first few days, probably for several weeks, maybe even a couple of months, you will be continuing to lose fat. You will be continuing to lose stored fat from your body, which will at the beginning show as weight loss, and later on maybe not just weight loss but inch loss, and sometimes, like we spoke in about TOFI, thin on the outside, fat on the inside, you will be losing fat on the inside, which doesn't really show as any other number but probably in your cholesterol numbers. So the thing is, because you're losing fat, when you are losing fat, it tends to reflect in your cholesterol numbers, because you're losing it, and then you go ahead and take a blood cholesterol. It's going to show up as high cholesterol because it's being lost. It's getting excreted out of your body, and it may show up in your blood cholesterol numbers. So experts suggest that until your weight stabilizes for a couple of weeks, don't go and take a blood cholesterol test. Don't take a lipid panel test until your weight loss stabilizes. This may take a couple of months. So if you take a blood test during your weight loss journey, when you're actively losing weight, the cholesterol numbers may seem elevated. So do check out that blog and get more information and knowledge about cholesterol tests itself and cholesterol numbers. Then you'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of gap in our society about the understanding of cholesterol, because it has been not just here in India but around the world, because cholesterol is a topic that has been dealt with in different ways, just like connected to fat and so on. So I would really recommend that you read as much as you can, and so that you will get an understanding, and not just immediately going to your medical. Of course, if you have some major symptoms, you might want to go consult the doctor, but instead of getting tensed about certain things, if you understand how it works and what it does, then it's much easier. So for me, it was an eye-opener, having grown up in a family full of doctors. My mom was a doctor, I'm not a doctor, none of us are, but we have family full of doctors. So even then, I did not have a proper understanding of cholesterol. So it was a learning for me personally. So I just want to encourage you to do your research a lot about this topic, cholesterol.
Another possible side effect, which I haven't personally heard anybody say that they have it, but I've read online, that some people have what is called a keto rash. Now, this could happen, people may have some rash on their skin just because of the diet change. So, usually, if you hang on there for a few days or so, it is said to resolve by itself. Few temporary measures, maybe like reducing your workout, staying in a cooler room, changing clothing to light clothing that could reduce sweat. Such temporary measures are suggested. So if you do have that problem, you could try one of these solutions to work out for the keto rash. And yeah, I think that's about it. We've covered most of the temporary side effects of the beginning of a ketogenic diet. One of the questions people ask me is also about breastfeeding. Can I breastfeed while I'm on a ketogenic diet? I have breastfed even while continuing on a ketogenic diet. It wasn't a problem, but then you must know that I was on a ketogenic diet for about for more than 4 years. For about 4 years before I conceived. So I was on a ketogenic diet even as I conceived, and on a reasonably low carbohydrate, high fat diet, LCHF diet during the pregnancy. And therefore my body was used to this whole thing. Changing over to LCHF diet just when you're breastfeeding may not be recommended as a dive deep in method. You would have heard that in the episode where we say how to start. So if in case you've had a baby and you're breastfeeding, then a slower and more gradual approach to LCHF may be suggested, but I would really say go ahead and consult an LCHF informed expert or a general physician if you are breastfeeding.
All right. So anything else, Tina?
No.
Sorry. So so we've had two fantastic episodes on the side effects, the initial side effects. So I hope these answered a lot of questions that you might have, and you might have already, or you will be equipped with this knowledge as you're starting your LCHF journey. Thank you for being with us. If you have any questions, send it to us. You can leave your comment, or you can email us at podcast@indianlchf.com. And we appreciate you, and we ask you that you subscribe to this wherever you are listening or watching us. And we will see you next week with another topic. Until then, you guys stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you.
Stay safe, and don't forget your mouth freshener. God bless you.
Club box.
Bye-bye.
Bye.